So here I am fixing my motherfucking house again. Y'all, this is the consistency of my mud, but that's not actually how I like it. I should be able to tip my knife and the mud fall off of it, but not right away, not so quickly. The reason why I left it watery like that is because it is quickset mud, and so I knew I had a big bucket of mud, and the longer it sat there, it was going to dry out and eventually get to the consistency that I wanted it to be. So yeah, I left it a little runny to give myself a little bit more time to work with it. Now guys, this is my first time using a corner tool for my drywall finishing. Normally I use my 6-inch knife and I do one side of the corner and I wait for it to dry, and then I come back and I do the other side of the corner. But because I'm trying to hurry up and get this laundry room done, I was like, you know what, let me try using this corner tool. So I applied the mud to the wall with my 6-inch knife, and I applied it pretty heavily because, and this is the reason why I also, if I didn't have the corner tool, would have did one side of the corner and then the other side of the corner after the first side dry, is because when you go down on one side and then you come down on the other side, the knife gouges the mud out on the opposite side. And so I put it on pretty heavily, that way it would not do that. And then I just scraped off the excess with my corner tool, and then the outside, I cleaned up the outside edges with my 6-inch knife. Now what I'm doing is considered the second coat. So my first coat was just me taping everything. Now that I'm going over the tape with mud, this is my second coat. And the goal for your second coat is to cover your tape. You don't want to be able to see the tape through the mud once you cover it. And so that is why at some points I'm adding more mud and then passing back over it, because I passed over it too many times and the tape would show, and then I would have to add more mud and pass over it again, which really is not ideal, because let's say the whole corner looked good but one spot, and then I add some mud and I pass back over it. When I pass back over it, it smooths out the spot that I added more mud, but it's taken away from the spot that was good, which could potentially make the tape show somewhere else. Now right here, I am using my 10-inch knife. This is my first time using a 10-inch knife, but I have a confession to make. There's been times in the past where I pop my shit about how good I am at drywall finishing. It's because my understanding of drywall finishing is very, very good. To me anyways, compared to what I used to think about drywall finishing. The way that I understand the way it's supposed to go and the way it's supposed to look is a big progress. Lots of progress there, okay? But my understanding of drywall finishing and my actual finished work was not reflecting each other. My actual finished work was not up to my standard, and probably not up to nobody else's standard, for real. Because I was only using a 6-inch knife for everything. For my first coat, for my second coat, and my third coat, I was using a 6-inch knife. And you are supposed to increase the size of your knife every time you go up to the next coat. So because I was using such a small knife trying to achieve what a bigger knife would do, it just wasn't working. It wasn't turning out good. And you know, I wasn't able to see that until after I painted the walls and the light hit the wall a certain way, and I could see exactly where the drywall joints are.